What's going on? The word is what's going on. And she goes, what's going on?
Sound check.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. My name is Dr. Dan. For those of you who may not know me, this might be the first time we're ever meeting. And if we are, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Today, we're going to be looking at listening, watching the wonderful Natalie Imbruglia, who is a fellow Australian. She was a big name back in the 90s. Of course, she was a TV star on, I think it was Neighbours, and she came out with this song, I think if my research serves me correctly, in 1997. This is Torn. But we're not going to be watching the original version from, dearie me, is that 30? Is that 30 years ago, nearly? Oh, wow. Just feeling old for a moment. We're going to be watching a live rendition that was done, if my notes serve me correctly, back in September 2023. So only a couple of, not even 2 years ago, 18 months. And she is 48 at the time of this presentation. So, she too has aged beautifully, it must be said. She's always a beautiful woman, and she still is, and she has a wonderful voice. Let's dive in. Let's have a listen to Natalie doing Torn.
He was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I thought. You don't seem to know, seem to care that your heart is full. Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where he used to lie. My conversation has run dry.
I love this song. It's just got great vibe. It has good energy, and Natalie's phrasing with it. I actually learned something in my research about this piece, and that is I didn't realize that this was not her original. It's actually, if I can find my my notes here, it was actually, she did it in 1997, but it's a cover of Ed Naswap's song. I don't even know who that is. And now that I read that research, I go, is that right? Correct me if I'm not correct in the comments. I love the energy of this. Just speaking to the post production, yes, she is singing it live. I am not suggesting that. We get to hear that in how we very much hear all of the little live nuances throughout. Equally, I'm pretty certain there's been, a healthy amount of post-production work that has been done prior to this video being released. Remembering this is Virgin. It's a record label who it's in their interest to have their artist sound awesome. And so I don't know what has been done in post-edit, other than I'm pretty sure there is post-edit work going on. I'm going to take it all the way back. One little cue, one little thing that gives us some indication as to the fact that it's live. that there's work in post-edit and that it's live, is notice when she takes her mic out of the clip on the stand, we don't hear anything, nothing, zip, nilch. We would normally hear that in a raw recording version. Let me take it back and have a watch, and we'll make some other comments as we go. I think it's funny that she's doing that because she's got in-ears in, and she won't be able to hear a lot of the audience. So that's just good, performance-shipness. I think that's just really clever. It brings the audience in, despite the fact that she will hear very little of them in her ears. See? No sound. We can't hear anything. It could be that it's being masked by the music. It could be, but I suspect that any compression and post-edit work in post has eliminated that. Maybe.
When he was warm, he came around like he was dignified. He showed me what it was to cry. Well, you couldn't be that man I thought. You don't seem to know, seem to care that your heart is full. Well, I don't know him anymore.
So there's a good example of the fact that we know that it's a live vocal, because that phrase is clipped in a way that I don't remember it being clipped like that in the original, in exactly that way, and so it's, there's no question it's live. She hasn't gone into the studio after the fact and redone the vocal, I would think.
Well, I don't know him anymore. There's nothing where I used to lie. My conversation has run dry. Well, that's what's going on. Nothing's fine.
It's an interesting way to approach that note. Just have a listen to the way she goes up into that top part of her voice and the way she narrows that phrase to allow her to target it.
My conversation has run dry. Well, that's what's going on.
What's going on? The word is what's going on. And she goes, what's going on? We hear what's going on, so there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a clever way of modifying the vowel to give her access into that top part of her range where the thyrorytenoid muscles, the chest voice, is maintained as the dominant weight of the tune.
Nothing's fine at all. I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Cold and I am faint, laying naked on the floor. Me, illusion never changes.
And that little laugh there is another dead giveaway. This is a great live vocal. It is the reason why I chose to review it, because it really does show, and I hope you don't hear this as ageist. It shows an older voice, still performing in a really, really great way. Remember when she originally did this in 1997, 28 years ago. Well, it would have been 26 years prior. Is my math correct? To this performance. That's 26 years of voice aging, voice use, life experience, and yet she's still doing a bang-up job of a great song.
Nothing real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is tall. Yeah, it lays. I'm already told. So I guess the fortune teller's right. I seen just what was there and not some holy light. She crawled beneath my veins and now, well, I don't care. I have no luck. I don't miss it all that much. There's just so many things I can't touch or put. I'm not letting it fail. This is how I feel. The clothing I am shamed, lying naked on the
Well, she goes to that bottom note really well. I love that. Have a listen to it, and I'll point it out.
This is how I feel. The clothing I am shamed.
Da 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 da. It's all too easy when we're going to a note like that is to go da 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 da, and we can miss the note. The note can become overly heavy. It can bottom out on us, and it sort of stands out as being on its own from the whole phrase. But in this instance, she doesn't. She sings right through it, and the note is in keeping. For those of you who are in the know, I'm not naive enough to think that couldn't be something that's altered in post. I know that that's the case. But we're looking at this through a very positive lens today.
I'm not letting fail. This is how I feel. The clothing I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real.
I'm sorry. I want to look at this guy here.
Naked on the floor. Illusion never changed.
I'm sorry. I have a background in contemporary worship, songs and presentation. That guy literally looks like he could be in a contemporary worship service. He's like, oh dear, sorry. That has nothing to do with the performance whatsoever, but that made me laugh.
Into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is tall. Carrying legs, I'm already torn. Okay, you ready to sing the next bit? I want to hear you. Beautiful. There's nothing where we used to lie. My inspiration has run dry. Sing it, that's what's going on. Nothing's gonna turn.
She's a great entertainer, isn't she? Like, it's really, like we pointed out, she's 48 at this point. It's really the level of sustained energy. It's not uncommon to see young performers start out big and then the energy kind of just starts to wear off as the song progresses, and it just kind of slowly dies. The sustained energy of this performance, like it's almost, in fact, I would go further as to say, I think she's going further than sustaining it. I think she's building it, like it's literally bang, 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 up she goes. And it's in keeping with a very experienced, mature, live performer. And we're talking about it, cool venue. Yeah, cool venue. Apparently this, again, my research suggests to me this is the News Building in London. And this recording was a part of the Virgin Radio's Sunset Sessions in collaboration with Smarty.
This is how I feel. The clothing I am shamed, lying naked on the floor. Illusion never changed into something real. I'm wide awake and I can see the perfect sky is torn. I'm not letting fail. This is how I feel. The cold and I'm ashamed, bound and broken.
I really like that little melodic variation. I come from the era, and this is from, similar sort of pop rock era of the 90s, where embellishments weren't what we often hear today, which is, how many notes can you fit into a crotchet? And some people can, fit a lot into a single beat of time. And that's cool. It's a very cool skill. But notice that in what we're watching here, the embellishment is not overdone. It's just a variation on the theme more than it is melisma. And that's in keeping with the genre. If memory serves, that's also in the original. Back when we used to have instrumentals. Remember that? So cool with some guitar. And the energy still going. Instrumental to finish, no less. The things you get to do live, right? That's good fun. Yeah. I enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. If this is the first time you've ever watched one of my reaction videos, we are a Learn to Sing channel here at Voice Essentials, and so the way we go about reviewing and unpacking what we're watching is through that educational lens for singers, and so yeah, that might if you're not familiar with my videos in that regard, that might help to put what we just did in context. And look, I hope you enjoyed that, and I very much would love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our ever-growing community of singers across the globe who are into this kind of thing. And yeah, I was glad I came across. I can't even remember how I came across that video. I think it came up in just one of my own sort of algorithm-fed feeds, and I went, yeah, let's have a look at Natalie. We haven't ever looked at her before, and that was good fun. Great song, and maybe we'll get a chance to listen to Natalie Imbruglia again at some stage. Yeah, but for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.